Hello, I'm Anna Fisher, and welcome to the Blue Curtain series brought to you by Emerald Coast Theater Company. Thank you for joining us today. I am so thrilled to be here with my dear friend, Marci Duncan. Thank you for joining us, Marci.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Yes, you're really going to enjoy your time with us here. Marci is a celebrated professor of theater at University of West Florida in Pensacola. She is also the president of the Florida Theater Conference. And as a bonus, she offers workshops to the community through Artist at Play, the Artist at Play workshops that she has going on. And we were lucky enough to have Marci come over and direct Miracle on 34th Street, a live musical radio play for us. And if you haven't seen this magical show yet, please come to Emerald Coast Theater Company and see this show. It is a beauty.
It is fun.
It is a lot of fun. And so Marci, I just wanted to ask you about your creative process with this show and your vision for this show.
Well, this show is a little bit different because it is a radio play. So it's a play that's kind of stuck between two worlds. It kind of wants to be a musical, but it also wants to be a play. So it's kind of like representational and presentational all in the same play.
Right.
So I think my approach to this play in particular was capturing the essence of storytelling, right? Because you don't have the normal setup you would have if you were staging a play or a musical. So we did some work with trying to capture relationships and scene work and then transfer that onto the stage in a presentational kind of format. So usually I start with research and analysis, and then I think about what I want to communicate overall, and hope was that. Coming off of the 2.5 years we've all had.
Yes.
I wanted to focus on hope and magic and belief. I often think of having that childlike imagination, that childlike faith where you don't really need a lot of evidence or proof. You just need that special magical thing. So that's what I wanted to focus on here.
Well, you definitely achieved that. It is such a beautiful show.
Thank you.
I know after I was able to watch it fully through the first time, that was the message that reached me, was the hope and the faith and all the things that we need right now.
Oh boy.
All of us need.
I think everybody is going crazy for Christmas this year.
Yes.
Going all out.
It's like the lifeboat we're all holding on to. We're just there. So it's been wonderful. And the set, everything, it's set, it is actually set in the time period of late 1940s. And so everything just kind of takes you to this nostalgic place, which is really fun.
It is fun because then as an audience member, you're able to remember, you're able to hear the style of the songs and sing along. And it takes you to a wonderful throwback moment.
Yes, the simplicity of that time period. Yes, absolutely. So I also wanted to talk to you. You have a really rich body of work. You do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And
kind of.
Yeah, you do. You really do. So I was wondering some of your past projects that you've worked on, plays you've directed, any, Marci is also a celebrated stage and screen actress. She is a working actress, in addition to being president of the Florida Theater Conference and a professor at University of West Florida and directing for us. So she's a very busy woman, but she's also a great family person too. And so she has a great work-life balance. But I wanted to ask you some of your favorite projects in the past that you've done.
Well, I'd like to say thank you to Emerald Coast Theater Company for being a place where professionals like myself can come and work, because that's very important. And it's in the state that I was born in and in the state that I grew up in and that I love so much. And when I was little, people would say, you have to move to California, you have to go this place and that place. And I've been able to do a lot from where I am, thank God, and places like Emerald Coast Theater Company. So I thank God for this place and what it means to professional actors like myself. and directors. I think I'd also like to say the important component of this is having a strong family network. And my husband is incredibly supportive. My son and both of my sons, well, one is too young to be supportive, but the other one, he's a big boy, and he comes to see everything I do, and they understand how passionate I am about this. And so to have the buy-in from your family unit it makes those things
huge.
possible.
Yes.
It's hard, but it makes those things possible.
Absolutely.
I think the favorite thing that I've ever worked on was a play that a classmate of mine, he's also a best friend of mine, wrote. His name is James Webb, and it was called The Contract. And he wrote this play, and this character was so dynamic. She was bossy, she was smart, she was savvy. She was all the things that I love to play. And to be able to flesh out this character on stage in a full-length play with juicy lines and juicy character and juicy story, it was just heaven to go on stage every single night and do that show. I think my last one that I will mention is Florida Girls, because Florida Girls scared me half to death, but Florida Girls was so good to me. And the growth that I was able to achieve just as, you know, on the inside as an artist. It had been a long time since I had been on stage, and it was just such a cathartic moment to have that role and to stand it up and be the only person on the stage. It freaked me out, but it was so fulfilling.
Absolutely.
So both of those things, they would be my two favorite projects.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Marci joined us in Florida Girls as she was the Florida girl. It was a one-woman show.
Yeah.
This was last winter, and she did a fantastic job.
Well,
she owned that stage. It was fun to watch.
It was
too.
fun. It was very fun.
So yeah, and I did want to ask you also. You know, you do a lot of things. You teach, you direct, you are a working actor, actress, and you also write. And so I wanted to ask you, of all of those, what are you passionate about the most right now?
Right now, it would be this new writing project. And this is the very first time I have put pen to paper. And it was actually connected to Florida Girls because a friend of mine came up to me after the show, and we started talking and bouncing some ideas around, and immediately I went home and I just started writing because I was so excited. So me and Carrie Sandell, who's also worked at Emerald Coast Theater Company, we started writing a play together, and we've completed the play, and now we are in the phase of getting feedback from people that we trust in the industry, and to give us some feedback on the writing of it. And then we want to start planning stage readings.
Okay.
So this makes me extremely excited.
Yes, that's very exciting.
Yeah, it is really exciting. It's called Dissonance.
Okay.
And, just by the title, you don't really know what you're getting into. And I like it that way because by the time you sit down and really listen to what is being said in the play, you're like, oh, I can't run away now. So it is definitely a passion project for Carrie and I.
That's great. And for our audience, you'll have to stay tuned for more information about Dissonance. I'm not even going to ask what it's about. You're just going to have to come and check it out.
See it.
Okay, so we're at the end of our interview here, and this is where I ask you what I like to call the rapid five.
Oh, Lord.
And this is a series of 5 quick questions and quick answers.
Okay.
And the first thing that pops in your head. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Favorite word?
Gosh darn it.
Okay. I think I knew that. Favorite sound?
Water. Running water. I love water.
Favorite smell?
Apple pie baking in the oven.
That's a good one. If you weren't in this world of theater and film as your career, what do you think you would have a career doing?
I would own a bed and breakfast. I would own a bed and breakfast, and I would design it and run it and be just as happy as I could be with a boutique attached to it.
Okay, I would come and stay. That sounds fantastic. That's great. Okay, and our last question.
Okay.
When you get to the pearly gates,
Mm-hmm.
what do you want to hear God say to you?
Well done, my good and faithful servant.
Yes.
I long to hear those words.
You will hear them, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for
You're
joining me
welcome.
today, Marci. Everyone, thank you for joining us. This has been a wonderful holiday edition of the Blue Curtain series with Marci Duncan. Please go to our website, www.emeraldcoasttheater.org, for more information about this show and all the other things we have going on. We'll see you again soon.